Flow Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Tyler. This is Mitchell. Mitchell, how you doing?
Dude, I mean, we'll end up getting into it later, but it's been a week, man. You you know the gist of it, but I mean, it's been a week.
Yeah,
How about you?
it's been the same. It's been a week. We did want to just kind of jump into it, guys. Shams just tweeted about, I believe, about an hour ago. The new anti-tanking policies. They are going to be helping out in the war in Iran. So he was just kidding.
There's a lot of anti-tank missiles and mines going on over there. So
So we're just going to go ahead and read this as is. The NBA presented 3 comprehensive anti-tanking concepts to its board of governors on Wednesday, with modifications expected to each before a formal vote in May. The first one is 18 teams in draft lottery, seeds 7 to 15 in each conference, flattened odds, with the bottom 10 teams having an 8% chance, the remaining 20% odds distributed in decreasing order for 11 through 18, and a lottery drawing for all 18 picks now. Two
yeah,
is 22
including the
teams.
play-ins.
Yeah. Two is 22 teams in the lottery using 2-year records, seeds 7 through 15, plus the 4 playoff first round exits in both conferences. Lottery teams would reach a minimum win total floor in each season, such as 25 wins. If a team falls short of the floor, it gets slotted to meet the floor. The top 4 drawn as part of the lottery, as it is currently. 18 teams in a 5x5 lottery. Bottom 5 teams have equal odds for the top pick, with lottery formatted for picks 1 through 5. Bottom 5 teams have a floor at 10. Those that fall out of top 5 get sorted into a separate drawing. So just going through that, one, it sounds kind of confusing.
Yeah,
I literally don't. I am not
I don't know.
understanding any of these. I'm not understanding anything. So, like, let's try and break this down option by option. I wanted to read the tweet for our audio people because we got people over on
Yeah,
Spotify. So let's go through them each,
just
right? So the first one is 18 teams are in a draft lottery. So seeds 7, so that means
the play-in
they're
teams
playoff
plus.
teams
Yeah,
plus
like it
the
would
worst
be
team.
playoff, but if you're in the play-in, you're still included in this draft lottery here with 10 teams, like the bottom 10
Having an
having
8% chance for the top pick, the remaining
yeah.
20% odds distributed in decreasing order for, okay, so the playoff teams wouldn't have as great of odds, but they're all actually in for a lottery. I think this is stupid. This first
I,
one is stupid.
I'm not a fan. I mean, all of these kind of go up a little too much for me. I mean, 22 teams on this second one is
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
yeah. I'm just saying, let's break it down pick by pick. I think this one is the worst. I think having 10 teams with the same amount of odds to get the top pick is dumb.
I'm pulling up the standings right now because I think that'll actually give us like a really good idea of just kind of what everything looks like,
And
like if we were to implement this today.
my biggest issue is, look, bro, like, you again, with expansion coming in, these teams are most likely going to be bad. They're not going to be good, they're not going to be mid, they're most likely going to be bad. I hear what people are saying
Yeah.
about free agency and then being able to offer as much money. I don't think people realize why, as a player, even if I was a good player or a great player, right, they're going to have to way overpay good players. But
Yeah.
say they're going for an elite free agent. Why would I come to a team that is just ass? You have at best the 9th best player up from each roster. Why would I ever go to that, regardless of your money? Like, unless I'm old, like KD's age, like if he wanted to go back to Seattle, like, and that's not going to help you be better. Like, it's just going to help you sell tickets. So that's why I dislike that. Let's go to the second one, I guess. 22 teams in the lottery. This is way too much.
Yeah.
Using a 2-year record, seeds 7 through 15, plus the 4 playoff first round exits in both conferences. It's so dumb.
But like you're
Lottery
telling me a
teams,
like a fifth seed. Like, I mean, shit, a fucking first seed could get stacked in this scenario because if the first seed lost to an 8 seed, or in the modern day, even a 10 seed, like go back to that 2020 NBA playoffs where the Heat were in the play-in. they weren't a 10 seed, but like the Heat were in the play-in and they upset. And then it's like you're telling me that team is capable of being like beating the first seed, and then the first seed who all of a sudden now has better odds, and you're screwed for
Yeah.
being a fringe team.
And this one says top 4 drawn as part of the lottery. So the way I'm reading it is, so the top 4 teams are protected. So like the worst 4 are protected. They get picks 1 through 4, which this one I think is better than the first one, just purely because of that. Like the dude, the worst teams need to be able to pick at the highest. I think it's so dumb
Yeah,
that it's
100%.
even considered. Like, bro, could you imagine like the Lakers go, I don't think we can win this year, but bro, if we could get AJ Boye or something on this team with Luka, let's just bounce in the first round and then get a top pick.
Like we can make it look like we're still competing, and then just sell a playoff series, and all of a sudden.
Then you like you said, you're gonna get rid of all teams wanting to upset. It's like, I mean, bro, we could get a baller player and go from a first round playoff team to a championship caliber
Dude,
team.
imagine they just were like, you know what, we're gonna actually have the lottery before the end of the first round. So whichever this team loses, now we know that you're getting a top 5 pick. Like they're not gonna be that stupid and do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I don't know.
The
Like,
Lakers got Boozer, bro, in this draft. Like that would be insane. And then you got the third option, which is the 18 teams are in a 5x5 lottery, which means the bottom 5 teams have equal odds for the top pick, with lottery formed for picks 1 through 5. Bottom 5 teams have a floor at 10. Those that fall out of the top 5 get sorted in a separate drawing. Okay, so that doesn't make any sense. Bottom 5 teams have have equal odds for the top pick, with lottery formed for picks 1 through 5.
I think it's essentially just like multiple lotteries, but for series of 5. Am I understanding that correctly?
It says bottom 5 teams have a floor at 10 though. So like bottom 5 teams have the highest odds, but the lowest they could go is, again, that's stupid.
I will say, I don't know, like I know we're like similar on this. I don't know how similar, but I don't really think that tanking is as big of a deal as they think it is in the NBA, and as much as fans make it to be.
No, tanking is good for the league. It's like, good for sports.
It sucks to see teams bad, but I saw somebody else say the other day, like yesterday, and they made a good point. And it's like, if you think half the team is tanking, you probably, and like actively trying to lose, you probably just don't like basketball and like watching it, because that's just not the case. And it's like, there are bad teams that are truly just not good that struggle to win, especially against better teams. But I mean, I don't understand how these teams are supposed to get better when they're like, we're gonna make it so that, you know, free agency. I actually don't understand the NBA in the sense of team building at all anymore, because the NBA like players agreements now are, you can build through the draft, but if you've done too well, you're gonna get screwed. You can't, like, if you want to trade, you need bird rights to go over cap or anything. You don't want shitty teams to build through the draft. You make like no team is going to fucking Sacramento, Utah, Indiana, even like they're not going to these teams through free agency. And so I'm like, are we just supposed to have moonshots for half these teams? And everyone's like, these people will also say there's no parity in the league, which is fucking insane, because we've never had more different championships in the last decade.
Yeah.
And this year, I think, is a great example of like, we say the Spurs are going to win, or we say the Thunder are going to win. But if it's not one of those two guys, it could literally be 8 different teams.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I think that people just don't like basketball. There's these issues that people have are these made up issues, these made up Twitter issues that I just don't think have any actual bearing on what's going on.
Yeah. And like, here's my thing, right? Is like, okay, let's look at the worst teams, right? The lottery teams, right? So Pacers, Nets, Wizards, Jazz, and Kings. I don't think any of those 5 teams are better in purposefully losing than any singular team above them.
Yeah,
100%. They're not better. None of those 5 teams are better than the Bulls. None of those 5 teams are better than the Mavericks. None of those 5 teams are better than the Grizzlies, Pelicans, or Bucks either. Like, so when people are like, oh, they're tanking, sure, bro, they shut Trae Young down for the rest of the season. AD's been hurt, so he was already shut down. Trae Young is not making this Wizards team better than anyone above them. That's
Not when
not
they're
making,
12 games back.
yeah, like they're not better than the Bulls. They're not better than the Bucks, even with Trae Young, bro.
Yeah.
The Nets, they just suck. They're not even sitting people. They just suck. Like the Pacers, they're obviously horrible without Halliburton. They're just awful without him.
And they've been missing a lot of players this season. Like I
Yeah.
will say, it's not just Halliburton for them, but it is
Yeah,
like
they've had a lot of injuries, and it's like you want to punish them for that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry guys, like you don't get your first. Like, I think it should just be how the NFL is. Worst team gets first. Period. End of story. No lottery. It's stupid. Like,
and people would be like, well, they're just gonna start trying to lose games, and it's like the NBA is the one sport where one fucking player can turn around a franchise.
yes,
I am okay with 5 teams being like, dude, you're telling me I have a chance to get Cam Boozer, or I have a chance to get fucking Victor Wembanyama, or like LeBron James or Dwight Howard or Anthony Davis. Like, dude, you know, the NBA needs to embrace the fact that we have generational talent like that and these kinds of players immediately.
yeah.
Because if you can do that, it's like, rather than shitting on teams for wanting to get those players, it should be like, it's kind of crazy that young talent can be this good and this influential.
Yeah, and it's like, and that's the difference, right? Like people talk about the NFL tanking, where it's like, oh, bro, like these guys are always picking in the top, like the Browns and the Jets, like they're just ruining prospects. Like, bro, the NBA is completely different, right? If you allow a team like the Wizards, right, they don't have to draft Alex Sarr, they can draft like a Cam Boozer, like,
Yeah.
bro, they're instantly not going to be picking at top one because, like you said, basketball is a one sport where if you get like if the Wizards got Wemby, if the Wizards got Boozer this year, bro, they're instantly significantly better, like immediately better. It's like same with the Pacers, same with the Nets, bro. The Nets are having to overpay for Michael Porter Jr., bro. Like, and he's good, but he's not a team changer. He's not a generational talent. He's just a volume shooter. So it's like they need a way, and constantly losing lottery odds because they needed Luka to be in LA, like in stupid stuff like this. Like, bro, the lottery is dumb. I'm sorry, it's dumb. I want to see the Wizards, Nets, and Pacers playing for who gets. And if you're gonna do a lottery system, then make it for the top 3. Make it super strict for the top 3, so that no matter what, like, sure, you may not get the generational guy, but if you're picking top 3, most of the time you're picking at least a good player.
Yeah.
Like, and I get the Wizards, Alex Sarr was a higher pick, but like,
what
like
I'm saying, Roche. I'm blanking on the dude's name. Zach.
Yeah.
Rochery. But you
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about. That same draft.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like you need to. I personally think they need to do the NFL style, because it's like, bro, if you're horrible, like you are the worst team in the NBA. Like, sure, at the very end, I think these teams would start tanking. People are acting like these guys would try and go like 1-81. Like, it's not how it would be. It would probably be around this time where these teams are purposely like, all right, let's start sitting people because it's close. But who cares? You're not watching the Pacers, Wizards, or Nets anyways. Like, I hate when people act like, oh, bro, like this, it's low quality because they're tanking. Brother, they are ass regardless if they're tanking or not.
And the thing is people will be like, I don't even know where fans sit on this anymore, but talking about like 82 games, like players will be like, we need less, and then fans being like, there shouldn't be less games. But then it's like, you're also complaining about them tanking for 20 games, and it's like, part of this has to do with the fact that there are a lot of games, and so it's like, you want them to start doing, like, if they want to guarantee that they're going to lose, they kind of need to start playing poorly at the end. But like you said, there's not people showing up for this like crazy. And I'll even add that, like, when you're in a place where your team is not good, like let's say you're in Washington, you're in DC, or you're in Sacramento, or you're in Utah and your team sucks, you know what you should be doing when you're a basketball fan? You're like, I want to see good stuff. Your teams are cheap. you go to the games to see the other team play. Not saying you can't root on your team, but you're like, dude, I want to see KD on the Rockets, or I want to see Jokic, or like, because you're like, my team sucks, but there's still a reason to go watch these games. Yeah, there's not like a huge reason to go watch a Jazz Kings game, but like, how much of is there to watch even when those teams are like 2 years ago when they were like borderline playoff teams, you know?
Yeah, like, and that's my thing, man. It's like tanking is part of sports, man. Like, unless it's a singular sport, right? Like where it's like golf or tennis.
Yeah.
Like tanking is just gonna be a part of sports because you have to, bro. Sometimes you have to cut your losses. Like, dude, like it's just isn't it? And like it just makes no sense to punish shitty teams for being shitty. It actually blows my mind that that's even on the table. Like, bro, these guys are so bad. Like, let's just let the Lakers get first overall pick or the Celtics get first overall pick. Like, it's like, okay, so you're not only like you've done so. I'm this is a side note. Adam Silver is the worst commissioner in sports. He is awful. But okay, back on the real road. Like, you have to let them. The only way small market teams can get good is through the draft. They're not outbidding the Lakers for Luka. They're not outbidding the Spurs for Wemby. You're not outbidding these guys. So, like, I get it. You tried the Supermax thing, bro. They don't care if when their team, like the Bucks, how are they going to keep people on that team coming to Milwaukee? Because they're not good. The only reason people were going there was because they were a championship caliber roster.
Well, and because of Giannis. So like, even if they were a championship caliber roster, but without a superstar player like Giannis, like I don't think people go. Like,
and it's like even now, bro. Like Giannis knows. Well, the way this lottery system works, like we're not gonna get better. We're gonna get like the 7th to 10th pick. Like that's just as bad as getting a late first round in the NBA. Like it's a useless pick. No one cares about picks in the NBA past the lottery. Like, so it's like. We can't get better, so I need to be traded.
And it's like it's also like what I've said for fucking like a decade and a half at this point. And this isn't even me like preaching as if I've known everything. It's just like the Hawks have been historically mid, and being in that position is the worst position to be in.
Yes.
Because it is fucking impossible to escape. Like they're 500 over their entire career. Because they're 500 over their entire career. They
Mitchell,
don't get superstars.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Wait, they've skyrocketed to 5th seed, by the way.
Yeah, but it's just as like they're never good enough to like demand high quality free agents. They're never bad enough to draft high quality superstar talent. So they end up between the 3 and the 6 seed, and they hover around 40 wins a year. And it's like, so they are forever the definition of mid. And it's like, you know what? I want that as a franchise. Like, I don't think Hawks fans are like, oh my God, I love this team forever because we have historically been so average.
Yeah, the closest they were was that Jeff Teague, Joe Johnson, I'm blanking on the center's name. And, and even then, they were just like not good enough, but they were good.
Like I feel like I'd rather be like the Pacers, where when you get good, there's like a reason for excitement, or the Cavaliers, who have won 1 championship in 46 years. Like, yes, they were like blessed with like LeBron in that scenario, but again, that's part of like
but they wouldn't have been able to get that unless they were ass.
Like, exactly. So it's like the Hawks could never get a LeBron. Like they did have, like I always get them mixed up. Not Clyde Drexler, but the other one that went to the Hawks.
Oh, Dominique Wilkins?
Yeah. Dominique Wilkins. And it's like, but it's like you get there and it's like you have this exciting player, but then you can never do well. And then you get like Mutombo. And so it's like they've gotten good guys, but it's like the most excitement you've had has come after the fact that you've done poorly. Like the Joe Johnson, like Jeff T, Kyle Korver, like Josh Smith, like that. It's a fun team, but they not at once were Hawks fans like, we're fucking winning it this year.
Yeah. And people will always point to like the Celtics or like the Thunder. Bro, the Thunder got blessed because Shea was ass. Like he
traded. Somehow he got traded for a lot, but
he wasn't ass. He was not very good, and he had a lot of room to develop. and then they were able to work on it through that. So yes, if a team can draft some player that isn't good and then ends up being good, I'm not gonna say elite because he just ain't.
He came
Um,
from he was
the
traded
Clippers.
from
Yeah, and he
the
was
Clippers,
traded.
yeah.
Like it's one of those things where it's like you have to have a trade while being horrible and picking high. It's like in the Celtics, like they got Tatum and Jaylen Brown not that high. They just were in like loaded, more loaded drafts. Like I feel like drafts nowadays aren't that loaded, like as they were.
Like this next one is the last couple have been like okay at times, but I mean even then it's like think of like somebody like Wemby and the Spurs. They were bad for like 1 year, and Wemby, if Wemby was really good immediately to the point of winning like 45, 50 games, like they wouldn't have been able to get like Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle.
Mhm.
And like that would have ended up hurting them. Like again, you go to like LeBron coming to a team and them instantly being good, or even Melo on the Nuggets and them instantly kind of being good. In some ways, you actually need your like rookie drafts to be like good. Like Cooper Flag is going to benefit from being on a bad team this year and them getting a decently higher draft pick.
Yeah,
Because if you're
maybe
too
they'll
good
win the
too
lottery
fast,
again.
I mean, it wouldn't fucking surprise me. Why would you want to give the draft like you could give them Boozer, DeBonce, fucking Peterson, whoever else is out there,
And that's another
rather
thing
than
is
give
it's
them to the
so
Jazz.
obvious. It's so obvious this shit's rigged too. Like, brother, the Mavs somehow getting Cooper Flag. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, bro, just let it be normal.
Let's do it right here, right now. Let's see if we can predict the top 5 for the draft. I think Dallas is going to be 5 because there's like 4 really good players. So I do think they're going to be 5th so they can get like a good one.
Okay.
Indiana is going to get screwed over, even though they are the worst team in the league, and they would benefit from having this player next year. They're going to be 4. The dude, part of me wants to say fucking
I feel like the Wizards
like
are gonna get 3. The
the Wizards might get 2 because of the fact that they have AD and Trae Young, and
yeah,
be like, we
I
can't
think
give
the
them the
Nets
number
are
1
getting
pick,
1.
but
I think
give them a chance.
yeah, I think Nets are getting 1.
So Nets, Wizards. Do you think Kings or they'll give it to Nets, Wizards, Jazz? Sorry,
Nets, Wizards,
Wizards,
Jazz, Pacers, Mavericks, and then
Kings
Kings
will
would
be out
be
of the lottery.
6. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna be, and people are gonna be like, "What the
How?
fuck?" And it's like, no, it's the perfect where it doesn't give anybody some like crazy perfect boost, but it gives the teams that need it. Because like the most obvious would be say that the Dallas get the fucking 1 pick again.
If
But
Dallas got 1, I would legitimately say they need to launch an investigation into that
yeah,
Luka trade. I'd be like, you genuinely need to launch an investigation into that trade because there is a 0% chance. I don't care what what you want to say about lottery. 0% chance they get back-to-back first overalls, and Adam Silver is not massively helping that one.
not when they're the 6th fucking pick now, and they were like the 6th or 7th highest odds last year. Like,
And you're
that's
hearing
like
about Mark
LeBron.
Cuban like wanting like
One,
about to
yeah.
buy back in. Could you imagine they get back-to-back first, Mark Cuban buys back in? I'm like, brother, this is the most bullshit I've ever seen.
Like, there's been a lot of rig shit, but this
Yeah.
one
This one
makes it a
takes
little
the
too
cake
obvious.
for sure. Like, even if they get 2 or 3, like if they
Yeah.
get one of the 3 blue chips in this draft, I'm like, yeah, okay, it's all bullshit. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Like I said, I think Wizards kind of low key because their like star talent is typically injured. So they'll like people like, and they haven't even played for the team. So people will be like, oh shit,
yeah,
AD, and like they're not going to realize that until after the lottery odds come out.
Yeah.
Or after the lottery comes out. But I mean, I have a feeling like we are within 50% of what's going to happen with the little round out we just gave.
Yeah. And so to switch gears, we were talking about the bottom league. Let's talk about the top of the league. Our MVP stances hasn't changed, so we're probably not going to touch on MVP. Luka's still the best player in the world. Like, there's just nothing really to talk about there. We feel the exact same as we felt last week.
They've lost 1 game since then, and it was because LeBron can't buy a fucking foul. Like, there's so many other things going on, but it is just like
Yeah, like this team's
they've been balling. There's no reason for them.
It is
to not
scary
win.
though because as the Lakers have been, the Spurs and the Thunder have been streaking as well. So it's like, damn, you
Yeah.
want to get hot at the
All
right
these
time, but
teams are
they're
getting
all
like,
getting hot at the right time.
I mean, even Denver's on a 4-game win streak. Fucking New
Yeah.
York's on a 7. As we said, Atlanta's 9-1
Well,
in
New
their
York
last
lost
10.
last night, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Atlanta's 9-1.
so we want to talk about top half of the league. Dude, this East 5 through 10 is insane. They're all 2 games within each other. The Hawks we were talking about last week, our definition of mid-team, they skyrocketed to 5th seed. Our favorite team, again, we are sponsored by the Charlotte Hornets. We are a Hornets-based podcast out of Charlotte. Our Hornets are in 9th. Well, they're tied for 8th, 9th, 10th.
Yeah.
They're still streaking, bro. Like they're every time we look at their last 10, they are like very positive. All right, Mitchell. I think what would be fun is let's predict 5 through 10. Who are your playing? You don't have to predict it exactly. I just want to know your play-in teams and who's sneaking out of the play-in.
I don't know. I do love the idea of we keep it play-ins forever and you get Atlanta, Toronto, Orlando, and Miami because they're just like destined for play-ins, you know? Like, but that means like Charlotte's got to get out of there, and Philly, who I don't know, like when Embiid plays and he does well, which he's kind of been doing a little bit more recently, like they're okay. Part of me wants to just ride the wave of the Hornets making it out of there. Like Miami, I think is just they are too mid. Orlando, I don't think for whatever reason they're not able to string enough wins together. I think they're stuck in there.
I'm gonna look at some. Let's look at some. I'm gonna look at their schedules. So, the Hawks play Boston twice, Cleveland twice, New York, Orlando, and Miami.
They're falling out. Then.
Yeah, I think the double Boston, double Cleveland is going to be a little bit rough. That's pretty rough. The Hornets play the Sixers, so that's huge for them because if they beat the Sixers, they immediately take 7. They play Boston twice, Detroit, New York.
Couple Miami games. They got 2 Miami games.
I'm talking the Hornets. I'm talking Hornets.
Oh, the Hornets play Raptors. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. The Hornets play Boston twice, Detroit, New York to finish off the season, which that's pretty rough. But they also play Indiana, Brooklyn, Phoenix. Oh, they play Minnesota too, though. Oof. The Hornets have a real rough road, man. They're gonna have to be like really on fire to make it out.
Honestly, like, because I'm looking at the Raptors, they got like easy wins in like the Pelicans, Kings, Grizzlies, and Nets. But then they've got Knicks, 2 against Miami, Celtics, Pistons, and Magic. So like there's a lot of these play-in game, like a lot of these matchups are going to dictate who ends up there. Like these teams are about to be real familiar with each other.
Yeah. I mean, based on the schedules, I think Orlando's making it out. And I think the Raptors are probably going to make it out. Let me see. Let me check the Hawks schedule one more time. Yeah, this Hawks schedule is brutal. Yeah, I would say the Raptors and Orlando make it out. I think Orlando's schedule, they play-in teams. But the only teams like out of the play-in they play is Detroit, Minnesota, Boston. And they play Boston last game of the season. So Boston could just vibe.
Like the Magic definitely, they've kind of been struggling. They're 2 games out, 2.5 games of the 5 seed. Like I kind of agree with that. Their schedule is very winnable to get out of this stuff.
Like, bro, the Hornets, like, bro, look at this. They play Philly tomorrow, Boston Sunday. Then they have Brooklyn, which is a good break. Then they play Phoenix, who Phoenix isn't a slouch.
Yeah.
Then they play the Pacers, another good break. But then these are their final 4 games. They are in Minnesota, in Boston, home against Detroit, and then in New York. Like, that's a rough 4 games to finish your season. It's 3 away games against good teams.
They've got like 2.5, like 2 like gimme games, basically.
Yeah, but other than that, like those are rough.
Is there anybody else?
Like
Heat.
Atlanta, I think Atlanta's a play-in team because they have 2 Bostons, 2
Yeah.
Clevelands, New York, Orlando. Like they have Brooklyn and Sacramento, which are like gimme games, but that is it. The rest are those are wars.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Like again, there's a lot of just like
They did just beat Detroit though, so who knows? Maybe they are just truly on fire right now.
yeah. I think Miami probably has a really good shot too.
Yeah,
Like
like it's I do think our Hornets like if I'll say this, if the Hornets are not a play-in team, they somehow sneak into 5-6, they are a contender in that. If they somehow make it out of this stretch, that means they've beat pretty much everyone above them. Like
well, and who? Hold on, I gotta look at this one again. They play the Knicks, Celtics twice, and then the did they play the Pistons? So
and the
it'll be a
Sixers.
good look in the sense that we will know how they match up against because
Yeah.
they're not making the five. Well, I guess they could technically make the 5 seed and go
That's
against
what I'm saying.
Cleveland, but
If they
like
somehow make
we'll
the 5
see
seed,
who they
like
play, how they play Boston and New York because those
yeah.
are probably the
Like
two
in
big
my
teams.
opinion, to make the 5 seed, if you're the Hornets, you have to probably go 8-2 through this
Mhm.
last stretch of 10. I think it's 10, something like that.
I
They
mean,
have to
yeah, they're 3.5 back of fifth. So they
7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. So I would say they'd have to go 7-2, which means they could only
I don't
afford
know.
one loss to Boston and then a loss to Minnesota, Detroit, New York. And if they somehow do, then in my opinion, this team is actually for real. Like if
Yeah,
they
I
somehow
mean,
make it to 5th seed, that means they have beaten really good teams.
and they've been on a yeah. Like
And they
again,
just
if they
beat New
finish
York
the
by
season,
11. Like they just beat Miami by 30, Orlando by 29, and then they just beat New York by 11. Like this team definitely has it, but
I mean, their last loss was to the
San
Spurs.
Antonio, yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, Phoenix, Miami by 8. But then again, you got to go a ways back. Like close game against Cleveland, very close Rockets. I mean, 6-point game.
Dude,
Detroit,
our
huge
sponsorship
wins.
Hornets might be for real, Mitchell. Like they might be a
It-
finals team. We might get
I'm
Luka versus LaMelo.
I'm actually looking and like out of their last like so if you take out Phoenix and so their last 2 losses basically, their last like their previous 5 were lost by less than like 20. So like they were keeping it competitive, and if you're
They're the
Phoenix
greatest
isn't
team, I think, in
necessarily
the
a great
NBA.
one, but the Spurs is a huge one. And
I think they're the best team in the NBA.
I mean they might be. They're fucking with what's his name at center is
Dude,
pretty nuts.
and do you think the Lakers are going to keep their 3 seed?
Dude, I don't know. It's just it's that same kind of thing. It's such a dogfight there.
Okay, so their
like,
schedule is Brooklyn, Washington. So those are free.
well, yeah, but they
Cleveland.
also tend to play down,
Then they have 2 Thunder games, a Cleveland game.
They
And
really
actually,
only
dude,
should like
they
one or
should.
two.
Yeah, they really should keep this seeding, bro. They play Brooklyn, Washington, Cleveland, Thunder, go to Dallas. Oh, wait, that's Sunday, April 5th before I leave. I might have to go to that game.
I'm trying to look.
Then they play the Thunder, the Warriors, who suck, Phoenix, who's mid, and Utah, who sucks. They have a pretty easy
yeah.
slate. Wait, I want to go to this game, bro. This Dallas Lakers game. I could go see
You should.
Flag and Luka. Wow,
And
these
Vaughn
tickets
and-
are expensive
yeah.
because Luka's coming back. It is.
What is
I
it?
will say, bro, everyone out here in Dallas still fucks heavy with Luka. Like they
Oh, yeah.
and they
Why
truly
wouldn't
believe he's coming back. They're like he's gonna come back.
Denver has a very up and down schedule too. Like they have 2 against the Jazz, they have the Warriors, they have the Blazers, and they have the Grizzlies. But then they have 2 against the Spurs and 1 against the Thunder. So it's like they're probably going to go whatever in 3.
Plus,
I
Jokic
had to guess.
sucks. He's not even the best player in the NBA like Luka.
I'm trying to see if anybody like actually like can. I mean, the Lakers definitely have an easier or like just as easy of a schedule as them. Holy shit, dude! Am I seeing this right? Oh no, I was like, what the fuck? They're playing the same team 3 times. Um, but then Minnesota has 2 against Detroit.
Mhm.
They got Sixers. Dude, I don't know. The East schedule is just so much harder right now than the West. There's a lot of kind of like borderline freebies in this West
Well, I
schedule.
feel like the West, like it's more competitive at the top, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like, in my opinion, 1 through 6, they can all beat each other.
Mhm.
Okay, hold on. 1 through 5, I think, can beat each other any given day. I'm really not a Rocket believer. I feel like every time they play like a good team, like most of the time they just kind of lose. Like they're
I mean,
23 and
they've been playing like ass
they
lately.
are 23 and 22 in conference. Like I just
Yeah.
don't have faith in them. So I'll say 1 through 5 can beat each other any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Um, like whereas in the East, it's like 1 through 9 can
Mhm.
beat each other any given
Yeah.
Sunday, bro. Like, but it's like in the East, I don't really believe in any of them to be like
Yeah.
actually finals contenders. Whereas in the West, I truly think 1 through 5 can go to the finals.
Yeah, and that they're gonna likely win.
Yeah, literally, like genuinely, I think any of these 1 through 5 teams in the series, it's going to be who gets hot, because that is
Yeah.
it. I don't think it's going to be like a slouch. Like it's going to be like if it's the Thunder versus the Timberwolves, like bro, if Anthony Edwards takes over, they can win. Like it's one
I
of
mean,
those things, bro.
like I would love the Lakers to go against the Rockets because I think with the way Aiton's playing, even with Sengun balling, like he can slow him down a bit.
Yeah,
Braun and Lu- Braun and Luca are gonna like go at KD. I mean, they just dismantled them in that last game,
yeah,
and then they won. Didn't they play him back to back and they won both times? Am I remembering that correctly? Because I
Who
thought they
the
like the Lakers played the Rockets like back to back like last week. I think.
I think they did. Yes, they did.
Um,
I think they beat them
yeah,
both times.
8. Well, beat them
Yeah,
by 8 both times, which is like close, but like I mean, KD got put in a
it's
blender of like, oh,
It's
he doesn't
close,
know
but
how to
it's not
pass.
close. But I
Yeah,
mean, bro, KD chalked his team when he started shit talking them on Twitter. Like he
yeah,
he completely chalked any hope that team had. Like they saw that and they're like, bro, for
yeah.
real? We're 50 years old, still tweeting on burners about your team. Come on, bro.
Come
I
on,
do
man.
think
You're
it's
right.
funny how he tried to he was like, I'm not talking about it. And they're like, so it was your burner. He goes, I don't have burners. It's like you've already admitted to having burners though. So you're
We've
full of shit.
seen your burner before, dude. Come on.
Oh, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just not a Rockets believer. Every time I swear they play a good team, they lose. So, like, let's go Timberwolves. I'm a Timberwolves fan. They got the best player in the world, Anthony Edwards. I saw someone say Anthony Edwards owns Luca because he beat him last year, and I was like, brother, anytime Luca's on a serious contender, it's not competition. Like, what are we saying here? Like, the Lakers last year are not a good judge of Luca versus Ant. Like, I don't know, Mitchell. Who do you got, Luca or Ant, if they play in a series?
Dude, Luca's the
Luca's
GOAT.
on demon mode right now, by the way.
I mean, he's been averaging like 39.7, like just a hair under 40 in his last
He looks
9
like
or
the
10.
true greatest player of all time, Kobe Bryant. Like, it's crazy how much like Kobe Bryant, the best player of all time, he looks like right now. Like,
Except he does it efficiently and he gets his team involved still. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, so did Kobe. The best player of all time. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. It's just Luca and Kobe, the best player of all time. Like, they're just so similar. But again, it's one of those things, man, where it's like when push comes to shove, I'm still like, how we're like, man, like I don't know, because this, like, if the Lakers get hot, Mitchell, I still think the Spurs beat them like
Dude, the Spurs
4-1.
are yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't see an answer for Wemby. I think Braun's gonna be like, if Braun were to retire, it might be because he like plays the Spurs, and it's just like he's like, I don't know, man. What the fuck do you want?
Like, bro, like, here's
I'm
my
good,
thing.
but like I'm clearly over the hill and can't compete against Wemby.
And
And
I'll
it's
say this,
not yet
bro. I
prime.
give LeBron, like, my biggest thing has always been with LeBron is like his ego forcing his teams not to be competitive, like wanting to be that number one guy. I respect him so much for being completely willing and able to be a third option and just being like, no, I'm going to embrace it. I am the third option. And when they need me, I'll do my thing. Like, I don't think people realize, like, I get it, like LeBron, like I was a LeBron hater. I have come to respect him so much more with how he has like dealt with some of this stuff because it's like even if you're a LeBron hater, like, oh, he's gonna get carried to his fifth ring. Bro, you know how respectable that is to not be like Michael Jordan on the Wizards and be like, no, I want to be the best on this team. It's like, okay, well, that's why the team's ass. Like,
It's also it's just like you're telling me you're gonna hold it against this guy that's 41 years old in year 23, be like, you're not the best fucking player on the team. I'm sorry, there's not a LeBron fan out there. Like, yes, we will be disappointed when LeBron doesn't win Finals MVP, but it's more because it's like we know he's gonna get shit for it, even though he doesn't deserve it. But we've wanted him to be in this role. Like I've wanted this since he went back to Cleveland. But like since before he like I wanted this fucking when he was with D Wade and shit. I didn't want him to have to be the number one option every night. And it
and
just
like,
is like, dude,
yeah, sorry.
Why are we mad? Like,
And like
how
my
do you
biggest
hold it
thing is
against
like,
him that he's this old?
yeah, like my biggest thing about it too is like, bro, like I have been like you guys could ask Mitchell. I've been a LeBron hater his entire career. Brother, and I have become a LeBron defender because of the LeBron haters being so OD about it. Like, oh my God, LeBron needs Luka. He's 40. Yes. Like, dog, what do you want? Like, does this guy need to perform till he's 60? And like,
dude, I hate too how people be like, you can't discount his age when you say something, or like ignore his age when you say something good about him, and then use it every time something bad happens. And I'm like, quite literally, if he overperforms at his age, I can say, just in spite of being 40, he's doing this well, while also saying, yo, he's 40. I don't expect him to do this all the time.
bro, and
Like, I don't know
right
why
now,
you guys can't fucking get that to your skull.
if I'll tell you right now, if Kobe was playing like this at 40 after an Achilles heel, I would be gagging on it. It would be unreal. Like I would be doing tricks on it. Like bro, you can't deny like LeBron's longevity is the best. And like again, I am always like I think people are silly if they don't think it's because like peptides and just medical advancements. Like, and it's not even an insult. Like people take that as me insulting LeBron. No, bro. I think you put Kobe in this era, he'd be doing the same thing. I think you put Mike in this era, they'd all be taking PEDs and peptides that can like help juice you. Like it's in my opinion, I don't understand why people take it as insult. Like, because I don't think people realize how common it is for players to be taking these peptide PEDs. Like, I guarantee you, like 90% of the NBA is doing it. Like, it's peptides aren't a banned substance. So I'm not saying like they're cheating. I'm saying they have copious amounts of money. LeBron has said it multiple times. I spend $1 million a year on my body. He ain't spending that on massage therapy and food, guys. Like, I don't know what you're like. They like, I'm telling you, like a lot of players do it. I guarantee you Luka's doing it. Like, that's how he was able to get in such killer shape so quick. Like, bro, these things they're good. Like, especially when you have the money to like get the best of the best. Like, brother, anyone would be doing it. And so, like, I think his longevity, also LeBron was just like super healthy. Like, he was so fortunate. Like, MJ was, a degenerate gambling alcoholic. So, like, obviously he wasn't healthy. LeBron never fell into that trap, which is a bonus for LeBron. And it's like with Kobe, like, I think Kobe was generally healthy, but LeBron, like, made it a point since, like, I don't know, bro. I feel like the Heat to be, like, overly healthy and overly supplemented
He
with
was
his body.
He got, I think he said, or he got up to like 280 with them, and then he got down to 240 and has basically been closer to that for his like whole career, like ever since like his Miami days, I think.
And so it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like LeBron, like you heard the story of like Kobe with his like hungry mans or hungry boxes, like at the grocery store. Like, like it seems like they just didn't take their bodies as seriously as LeBron did, as early as LeBron did. And I mean, dude, look at him. He's benefited. Like, and it also, obviously, it has to do with genetics, right? Like LeBron's he hit the genetic lottery. Like you see other 40-year-olds like Chris Paul, they can't do it. He does. Like Wemby at 40 is not going to be able to do it. He does. Jokic at 40 is not going to be able to do it. He does. Like LeBron also just has great genetics. Like he's just a freak, like athletically.
He's God's favorite. And I mean, I get it, dude. He'd be, if I was God, I'd be like, I perfected creation right here.
Yeah. Like, and so, like I give LeBron a ton of respect, but I think the Lakers need what they've needed for since LeBron, since AD. Like they need a true center. Like they just need a true 7-footer. And Aiden's been good. Aiden's been good.
Can be that, and he's been a better player since like this kind of run started.
Lockett Ayton he can bang with the best of. He's better than Wemby. Like
whoa, we can't go against our second team on the pod.
Like I do think like Wemby and the Spurs are my favorites, dude. It's just truly how do you stop Wemby? And this isn't even like I don't think anyone could stop Wemby. Like I think it's he's one of those players at this point in his career, which is so crazy to say.
Yeah,
he's one of those players that like it's one of those things where it's like a LeBron type deal or a Kobe or a Michael where it's like we just need to limit him. You know, when teams say that, like we can't stop him, we just kind of need to limit him. And I think like the only players that can do that is like Jokic, because I think like having a body that this is going to sound so sus, but having a big body banging on you all series is going to wear a skinny guy down like Wemby. Like, because
the thing is for like, not to cut you off, but the thing is for Wemby, when it comes to disrupting his game, as good as he is offensively, 90% of his game is defense and even playmaking. And so it's like, I can try to shut him down offensively. He could score 15 points a game and be the biggest impact influencer in a win.
Yeah, I agree. So it's like one of those things where I think the Spurs' biggest threat, in my opinion, isn't the Thunder, isn't the Lakers, sadly. I really do think it's the Nuggets. Like, I think the Nuggets can hard counter this team. And by hard counter, I don't mean like sweep them or 4-1.
Yeah.
I think it would be like a 4-3. Like it would be a Game 7 type series.
That's the thing. Like beating as much as we might want to give credit to these other teams, it's like you have to beat Wemby in this team 4 times in 7 games. And I just again, they've beaten the Thunder 4 times in 5 games. Like, do I see anybody beating the way they're playing right now 4 times in 7? Like,
yeah, bro.
I just don't.
It's one of those things. Like, I really don't seeing people. Yeah, I agree. I don't see anyone beating the Spurs. I feel like every series the Spurs have against teams, like they're winning. Like, let's see. Okay, season tied. Never mind. Season tides with the Nuggets, but they play them 2 times more. Again, my assumption is the Spurs will be like 3-1 with them at the end of the season. And like,
even if it's 2-2, like
the Thunder, like the Lakers, the Spurs are 3-1 on them. Again, like we said, there's just no option for Wemby. There's no slow it down. And again, I think Ayton's good. Wemby is just the best player. Like, he's the best big in the world. I still think Luke is the best player in the world, but I think Wemby's the best player in the world. The Thunder, I think they still own the series against the Thunder, like 4-1.
No, yeah, it's literally 4-1 this year. I mean, dude, 2-0 against the Celtics, 1-1 the Knicks, even 2-0 against Pistons. So like even against the other teams, the other conference.
Yeah, so it's like it's just one of those things, man, where it's like the Spurs are proving, sure, you could take a game off us, but you're not beating us best of. Like, we are better than you, but maybe not best of. Or like we're better than you, just maybe not every night, you know? There's a night or so we'll let you have one, but I just, yeah, man, it's Spurs are still my overwhelming favorite, and I hate saying it as a Laker fan because the Spurs are supposed to be our rival, but I just love Wemby so much. Like, I'm not going to be able to hate on Wemby. Like,
it's so nice. This is how I feel about like a decent amount of the guys. Like, I felt this way about Luka. I feel this way about Wemby. Like, honestly, I kind of am already ready to ride the Cam Boozer train. Like, because I usually, like, in a draft like that, I'll choose my guy. Yeah. You know, like who was there was somebody else like in the Zion draft or somebody else in like another draft.
Ja Morant.
Yeah, and I was like, I was just always Zion like over Ja or whatever, and it's just is like so whenever there's like 2 really good rookies, I like to choose one, and I'm like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Like same with
I love Ja, man, but what an idiot he is. Holy.
Yeah, like Dwight and Emeka Okafor. Like, you know, I like to choose my guy. And so like
Yeah, you
I
love your
have
guys.
who doesn't,
You'll
but
ride your guys.
dude, I'll ride them all day. But it's like so like Cam Boozer's kind of my guy next year, but being like with Luca day one, being Wemby day one, like, I just get to enjoy this. Like I
Mhm.
get to be like, dude, it is awesome seeing these phenomenal talents. I don't have to be like, fuck, this guy is so obnoxiously good and I have to diminish him. Like if anything, that honestly happens for me with players that like take longer to develop because I don't
Yeah.
see it right away. And so it takes longer for me to get credit, give them credit. Like no disrespect to Shea. I know you're not a big fan, but like I need to see
Sure.
it for a prolonged time. And when I see it for 3 years in the middle of your career, I'm not going to put you to the level of guys that I've been seeing doing it since they were
Mhm.
18, 19 years old. And
Yep.
so it's like,
You could just
yeah,
say he sucks. I'm with you. I
well,
completely agree.
again, it's just as like you're gonna tell me that the 28-year-old or the 26-year-old that's been doing it for 3 years is better than the 25-year-old I've been seeing doing it for 7. Like
Mhm.
I see that as if you were like on the guy with 3-year side that you're being a prisoner of the moment, whereas it's like this guy has a whole track record of what he's done, and like he's gotten better. You just don't realize it because the improvement gap isn't as big.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree. And yeah, I know we both really like Boozer. I also really like I like a few people from this draft. I
Yeah.
really like
I don't not like any of them.
I like Dibansa. I think he's legit. Like people keep giving him a lot of shit, but I think he's good, man. I also like the guy from Arkansas, Darius Acuff. One of the guys I podcast with, Brandon, was talking about him a lot. He's like, this guy's like, he's just a bucket. Like every time this dude wants to get a bucket, he's a bucket. And bro, he was like, obviously Arkansas lost, but
Yeah.
dude still had 30. Like this dude he's just a permanent 40 bomb, which we were talking about Matt McClung, which like, you know, sometimes that's not, but this dude's 6'3", 190. Like he's actually legit. He shoots 45% from 3. Like, you know, he can do it all. And so it's one of those things, bro, where it's like I feel like there's a lot of good players in this draft. But Mitchell, our boy, Cam Boozer, like
He's going nuts with the dude.
Still here, bro. He's still here.
Honestly, Cam Boozer might be the greatest player of all time if he's able to take the Duke Blue Devils to a championship.
I mean, yeah, Duke's an underdog, bro. They're never that good.
Well, even when they're like phenomenal, they just can never fucking get over the hump for whatever reason.
Yeah. Like, do you believe in your boy, Mitchell?
I mean, I think he'll be the best player in the tournament, and like he is a player too that makes the game look easy. So I think people don't necessarily appreciate how good he is.
Yeah,
where it's like it just looks so natural to him.
Like, and they're blowing people out, so it's not like he's able to stat pad. Like they beat the piss out of TCU. Like they beat Siena. Like obviously it was a little bit closer, but
I mean they played St. John's today, and I mean
St. John's is good though. They're actually
that's what I'm saying. Like if Duke were to be quote upset because like they are the 1 seed, like it would be against a St. John's. I feel like
St. John's. I mean they shut down Darren Peterson, who a lot of people really really like. And I mean, Darren Peterson still had 21 and 4 blocks. It is actually insane how good he is in defense. Like
he's like 6'2" or whatever.
No, he's a 6'6" guard.
Okay, so he's a bigger guard.
I think you're thinking of. You might be thinking of the guy I'm talking about. Acuff.
Yeah,
he's a 6'3" guard. That's good. Darren Peterson. Yeah, bro. He's a big boy. But you know what's crazy is, BYU got first rounded by Texas. Dibanza still had his buckets, though. He had 35 and 10, but like, damn, bro, he couldn't get help.
Wait, are we already in?
The games today are for the Final Four.
Holy shit. I mean, I know it's the end of March, but dude, this month has fucking flown by. This whole year has flown by. I can't believe it's essentially April.
Yeah, bro. I'm with you.
Dude, you know what's so sick is we are 2 games away from the greatest like James family member college player ever from winning a college national championship.
God, I wish he wasn't redshirted, bro. That'd be so insane if he wasn't redshirted.
Bryce James could win a college championship in his.
Bro, I'll tell you right now, if Bryce James wasn't redshirted and like 4 or 5 people got hurt and he somehow hit the game winner to win the national championship, he would go first overall.
I would glaze so hard and be like,
Oh, I
"This is
know
the
you
greatest
would.
college player we've ever seen in the history of the game." Plays
Bro, I like
one
Bryce.
minute, makes one shot, wins it, and I'm like, it's over. It's undisputed. The James family is the greatest college family in NBA history.
Yeah, I feel bad for Bronny because he just, sucks. He's sucked his entire career.
Dude, it is crazy. It could actually be a 1-2. 1-2.
What?
But like the top 2 seeds could make it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And like usually, somebody gets bounced, but like
it is wild, man. Like I will say this tournament's been dope. It's been there haven't been a lot of Cinderella stories, but I don't think people realize Cinderella stories are dead because of NIL. NIL's terrible. NIL ruined college sports. Like the biggest upset was Texas because they're an 11 seed, but it's still Texas. Like,
yeah, like it's a school with tons of fucking money.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, man. But I mean, that's all I got with basketball, Mitchell. You got anything else?
I mean, we could go into the Mac McClung thing and talk about how people who think
let's
he's
feast
an
on this
NBA,
loser. Yeah,
an NBA fucking player just because he scores a lot in the G League, as if
Yeah.
because we all know, not just me and Tyler, but as every single person on this planet knows, is that what every NBA team wants more than anything else, especially from G League talent, is somebody that can put the ball in the hoop, because there are not enough guys in the NBA who can score it at a high level.
Well, Mitchell, Mac McClung, as everybody knows, is just a superstar. He just needs a chance to be a team's number one option. And then, like, bro, put him on the Wizards, they'd be first seed.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like, he is Mac McClung is to Steph Curry what Bull is to a Victor Wembanyama.
Like, and that's the thing, bro. Is like what people you got to realize is for players like Mac McClung, they don't need a guy that can only drive to the rack on 6'8" centers in G League and score at will. Mac McClung, to show he was improved, would need to show that he's a good defender and would need to show that he is a catch and shoot guy. Nobody wants Mac McClung to come into the NBA and be their number one scoring option. They want Mac McClung to come into the NBA and be their Derek Fisher. That's what he needs to be.
I mean, Austin Reeves have said, like, if you listen to like any number of guys on a podcast that have come from the G League and they talk about it, every single one, like Alex Caruso, like Robert Covington, like all these guys are like, dude, if you want to be a successful player, you need to not try to be a star player. You need to be a star in your role. Like, what is the Caruso quote? Like, he says, he's talking about like a CEO or CFO. I'm gonna look for this for a sec, but
yeah, I get, bro. Like, I always tell people, like I've even had like high school kids I've like talked to, like out in Texas, and like, they're like, well, I don't know what to do, blah blah. And I'm like, bro, be Danny Green. That should be your goal, bro. If you're a guard, be Danny Green. Be a good ass defender. Be a knockdown shooter, because you will make it longer than if you're trying to be a superstar. Unless you're a Cam Boozer, a Victor Wembanyama. Like, players need to have self-reflection. Are you as good as Wemby? Okay, well, here's your first. Did you go undrafted? If the answer is yes, you're not as good as Wemby.
Well, and first off, again, like you said, like, are you as good as Wemby? It's like, realize that you're going to be put onto a team as an 18-year-old with NBA talent. And you're going to get drafted to a team and they might have a Wemby. And so it's like, that's who you're working around. And again, like, it's the Isaiah Thomas situation. He super small. He was in an MVP conversation, but then he fell out very quickly after a couple of injuries. And people are like, look at this guy put up 40 in the G League and nobody wants him. Again, like I said with Alex Caruso, he said it perfectly. A big reason guys get stuck in the G League is because they do not realize the position for which they are trying for themselves.
Yeah.
It's like going to a job interview where you're going to be the CFO of the company and they're looking for someone to clean the bathrooms.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is. They're looking for a janitor, somebody that's going to do the dirty work.
Yeah.
Somebody that's going to play hard, come locked in every night.
And bro, look at the money Caruso makes. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people think you can't be successful. It's like, bro, they're more successful than Cam Reddish. He's more successful than a Cam Reddish who came into the league supposed to be a superstar, but he couldn't find his role. And when he couldn't be a superstar, he didn't know how to play basketball. And bro, look, like you could literally say Luke Walton and Alex Caruso had more successful NBA careers than Cam Reddish, who was like a unanimous top dude, which is, like that's one of those things, bro, where it's like you have to realize, you have to know your role and you have to recognize it. Like DeAndre Ayton said, bro, I just had to realize that they don't need me to be him. And it's true. They didn't. They don't.
I mean, dude, just think of like Cam Thomas. He like this year, just think of what's happened in the last like couple of weeks for him, where he started off. Who did he start off with this year? Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, and then he went to
the Bucks.
Yeah.
And it's like he's playing in Brooklyn. He's expected to be the scorer. He wants to be the scorer. Then they get somebody else, and they're like, okay, you're getting moved down like the rotation because you're just like a worse version of Michael Porter Jr. essentially.
Yeah.
And then like you don't pass the ball, you just shoot, you stop the offense, and then you do that, and things are like fine. And then you get waived because they're like, you don't really bring anything that we actually need. And then he gets picked up by the Bucks, and then he does the exact same thing. Not on horrible efficiency, like not fantastic. This is what you want your guy to be doing efficiency. But it's like, I don't need you to do that. I do not need somebody to do these things for me because I can get that from any number of other players if they're given the opportunity. And so it's like, he's going to essentially like find himself out of the league after thinking this guy's like, he was averaging 24 points a game last season. And he's going to find himself out of the league this quickly. And it's because, again, he sees himself as like that meme, the Ferrari, like the Lambo in the trailer park.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you might be a Lambo in a trailer park, but you got to fit in. And a Lambo in a trailer park is going to sit for like until the wheels get stolen.
Okay, here's a perfect example. Brother, LeBron fucking James is agreeing to be a third option and take a backseat to Luka and Austin Reeves. If LeBron James can take a backseat, you can. I don't care what your name is. I don't care what your hype is. You can. It's LeBron James. He's willing to know his role and learn his role and be like, you know what? Yeah, this is who I am now. Like, this is just this is, this is my career right now. And do it and do it great. If you could do it great, brother, you will have such a prominent career. Like, again, look at LeBron, bro. He's doing it in his 40s because he's willing to know his role.
They would make that excuse of like, well, LeBron's 40, so he's had time to be the star. I want to be the star. And it's like, okay, you can want to be the star, but that's going to find you out of the league.
Yeah.
And then you're going to miss out on hundreds of millions of dollars because, again, Caruso is like the 9th role, like on the depth chart, and he's getting like $18 million a year or some shit like that. Like, it's just is like, you guys are missing out on all this stuff just because of your ego. And it's like, you're telling me your ego is worth like multiple hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. It's like a lot of players like, and that's what I love about the NFL is like, you get humbled so fast because they're like, bro, you're one of 52. We were all the best player in high school. All 52 of us were the best player in high school. Like, you are no different. Yeah, we were all great. Yeah, we all scored 40 billion touchdowns and beat up every white kid at our school. Like, it's just, that's not here anymore. And I feel like the NBA has such a harder time telling that because it's like, again, it's like a Michael Beasley thing, bro, where like you go in one-on-ones or like Cam Reddish where you're like in one-on-ones, you're like, I am him. Like, look at this, I'm him. And it's like, yeah, but you're not in the game when it's 5v5. Like LeBron said it, right? Like, we're like, LeBron, why don't you ever like blah blah talking about 1v1s? And he goes, because the game's played 5-on-5.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I don't need to be better than you 1-on-1. I'm better than you 5-on-5.
Yeah, exactly. It's the whole like Cam Reddish thing when people he's like he cooks, or even Michael Beasley, which like both of us love Michael Beasley,
Yeah,
but it's
he's a
just 'cause,
goat.
like, but it's like you can do this one thing really well. Unfortunately, that's not NBA basketball.
Yeah. So, that's just what we want to say about Mac McClung. He's been like a huge talking point lately because he's smurfing on shitters. Like, it's just that's what they are, bro. They're shitters. Like you had that guy from the Lakers that was in the G League for 20 years, bro. Like that's his competition. Like school teachers, dog. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Yeah.
and so yeah, man, it's one of those things where good luck to yeah, good luck. Good luck to Mac McClung. I hope he gets on a roster. But yeah, guys, like
I don't.
oh, Mitchell's a hater, but I mean that's pretty much it. Do you want to talk about gaming, or I mean we've already gone on for an hour.
We can do one more because this has been. I sent it to you last night.
Okay.
It's sports adjacent, sports related, but hypotheticals.
Okay.
I sent it to you the other day, but these guys were talking about this tweet from Zach Buys Line. He's like, I can't believe I'm going to ask this, but we're having a split debate behind the scenes at the station. If the Denver Broncos played the Colorado Rockies 162 times, would the football players win a single game? There was a poll, and it says yes, they'd win. Yeah.
No.
And you don't think 162 games that like because for me that's over the course of a full season, so like they're actually training and practicing every day, not just like you're playing these games back to back to back as if it's the first time every time. This is a full season. About 34% they'd win one. 66 said absolutely not. I think these guys are elite athletes. You give them a full fucking season, that they're snagging one against this god awful Rockies team.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Because even the worst player on the Rockies minor league team is better than the best baseball player on whoever the Broncos baseball team is. Like that's bro. Hitting a baseball is the single hardest thing to do in sports. Zero sports is going 1 for 4 at whatever you're doing considered success.
I've seen Tyler Toney from Dude Perfect get a hit on a 1 of 2.
But that's what I'm saying. But he trains constantly for it. Like he's always playing baseball. He played baseball in high school. He played baseball in college.
These other guys who played baseball.
But that's what I'm saying is, and that was just to get a little hit, like a dinky hit. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, sure, I think a Denver Bronco could get a hit, and also the guys against Tyler weren't like trying their hardest. In a Rockies, like they're going to be trying.
World Series closer, dude. That did
like they're going to be trying their hardest. They're going to be going up against actual rotations of pitchers, where it's like you're not just like dicking around, like you're playing a game. Like, and again, bro, who on the Broncos is gonna pitch? Like that's the other biggest thing that no one's seen. Like,
I do think the pitching is the hardest part, but I think when it comes to defense and fielding, they'll be just fine. Like I think that like
catching
stolen
pop
bases.
Maybe, but like
stolen bases is possible. Like
bro,
again, I like
catch. Like here's the issue:
162 games.
Yes,
dude.
they don't because they don't have pitching. They don't have a catcher. Like these are all super important things. Like if we're talking just hitting the ball, maybe will they crank out a home run or something or a couple? Maybe. Sure. Will they get some runs on the board? Sure. The issue is the Rockies will put up 20 a game at minimum on their pitching. They have no one that can throw in the 90s. So these guys are going to be playing against the equivalent of high schoolers pitching them the ball. They are going to, it's going to look like a home run derby. Like, Yankees against this team.
Like these guys are better than me, but I know I'm striking out 6, no less.
Yeah.
and I mean, they're better than me, but
like, bro, they don't have a pitcher. And like, that's the biggest thing. If like you said, out of 162 games, could the Denver Broncos hit multiple home runs in a game? I would say sure. But beat them? No. They wouldn't be able to pitch to them. Catching alone is hard as shit too, because you have to worry about framing too. Like all these catchers frame balls as strikes. So you also have bad pitching, trying to have to slow down their pitching to actually pitch in the strike zone. Like they don't have anything, but yes, they could probably do decent fielding. They could probably get some hits. albeit not many. Like their best hitter would probably bat 200. Like they're just, yeah. There's just no way.
So I want to expand on that because I think they win one, but that's neither here or there. Let's say we gave the 4 major sports like football, hockey, basketball, soccer,
Mhm.
like we gave them however long they need to train to be like, or let's just say we did it for like 5 years and they did it and they all played each other in every sport. Like, what sport do you think would come out on top? Because for me, I think it goes basketball, NFL, hockey, and then baseball last. Because I think every sport, like, clearly, obviously dominates their sport. And so it comes down to, like, which can you beat
In my
secondarily?
I think I would say football players would come out on top. I think basketball players would come out in second because I think football would dominate, obviously, football. There's not a sport
Yeah.
to be able to touch football. My thing is who has the best chance of beating basketball players in basketball is what it comes down to, in my opinion. And that would be football. Baseball players are all too small. Hockey players are all too small. Football players are the only ones that could maybe match up.
I don't think they're scoring 120 though. That's the thing. Like, and like
But like
uh,
again, like let's take the baseball example. If you take a football team, take the best basketball players from a football team, give them 82 games against the worst basketball team, like the Pacers. Do I think they win one? I think they have a better chance of winning one than the basketball players have of beating anyone else at their sport in one singular game.
well, the tough part of it is that, like, for like literally straight up basketball to like football, you would need to put 4 or 5 basketball teams together, you know? Because like I could say like just take any 5 from like the Miami Dolphins or whatever and throw them on a court, and like you'd probably be able to field a decent basketball team. Whereas like I could have my pick and be like, oh, I could try to choose the best possible team of basketball that like matches up for specifically for football, but I'm literally 36 players short.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
that's my thing is like
but
the
it's
reason
like
football comes out on top for me is because basketball, in my opinion, doesn't stand a chance on any sport but basketball. Hockey, you're not getting a 7-footer on skates. Baseball, again, I
I
don't
think basketball is just would be the second best as every sport is kind of my thinking.
I think no, I could
Hockey's the complete outlier, but again, I just think that's again because like
even if
just
you
'cause
replace
of
it with
skating.
soccer, let's replace it with soccer. Fuck hockey. Baseball,
Mhm.
soccer, basketball, football. I just don't see basketball being able to compete with football in any other sport. I think football players would be better at football, obviously. They wouldn't be better at basketball, but they'd be second best at basketball. In my opinion, they'd be second best at baseball, and then they'd be second best at soccer, most likely. I don't think basketball is able to compete. I think NFL athletes are the best athletes in the world. Like, period.
See, I
bar
just
for
think
bar.
the size and strength of NBA, like the combination, like not to say that like there's more diversity of athleticism in football than there is in basketball, because like I'm not gonna fucking deny that some of these linemen are
Yeah, that's
some
what
of
I'm
the
saying.
biggest
Like,
athletic freaks in the world.
like brother, a
Like,
lineman would suplex Victor Wembanyama. Like they would
yeah,
suplex Jokic. Like you couldn't find a basketball player
I
that could square up.
I know we like got rid of hockey, but I am curious as to how good of like a catcher would be as a goalie in hockey.
Bro, I'll tell you what. I don't know who like hockey. I feel like every other sport would look ridiculous trying to do that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's why I say like you need time because like for hockey you just need to develop the minimum skill set of actually being able to fucking ice skate.
Yeah.
Like if everything
And that's
else
a
you
huge
let it,
skill gap.
yeah,
My
like
brother.
dude, they're not going to be standing. Imagine Wemby on the ice and then you know Ovechkin just hip checks him and he's all of a sudden he's
Like the only one that I think could ice
ankles
skate
big.
is SGA because he's so damn zesty and he's from Canada. Like I guarantee you, he used to do like figure
Dude, I don't
skating
know.
as a
Dylan
kid.
Brooks might be a fucking beast on the NBA
Oh, he'd be an enforcer.
hockey.
He'd be
Yeah,
enforcer.
he'd be
He'd
like the
fight
perfect
everyone.
player.
Yeah, he'd fight him and Draymond would like, bro. Draymond would gash
Dude.
you with a skate.
He'd
Like
be a big pronger type, dude.
he'd be
We'd have some
Draymond would be
nasty.
a Happy Gilmore type. Like he'd be taking baseballs to the face to train. Like
The
Like,
NBA definitely has some type. Draymond would 100. Like, dude, you get Jaw in there. Jaw's whacking someone with a stick.
Like here, I'll even tweet it. There is back to this tweet. There is a 0% chance they win a game. 0. Like they don't have the pitching. Like the pitching. Like, okay, say this. Say if you gave the Denver Broncos an MLB level pitching rotation, and they only had to worry about hitting and fielding, right? Except for catcher. I think you'd have to give them an MLB catcher. You'd have to give them an MLB rotation, and then you give them a year of training. I think, yes, they could maybe take a game. Yes. At that point, yes, because all they'd have to worry about is hitting and fielding, which, again, in and of itself is going to be very hard. But they could maybe get one.
My thing with hitting though too is like it's already so hard, and like I agree with like the pitching aspect, but like it's already so hard that when the best players are hitting like 20 to 30%, and part of the thing I'll even like say is how if let's just say they have to throw out like actual MLB or NFL pitchers, if they're only thrown in the 70s, there's not necessarily the velocity for these batters to actually go yard.
Okay, but think about it this way, bro. So Bryce Harper in high school against the best high school pitchers that are pitching like 80s that are probably better than any NFL player you're going to throw on a baseball field. He was batting 650. Like, these guys in high school are shellacking the baseball. So you put a pitcher that's not good in front of them, they are going to immediately be batting. They're like, I guarantee you the Rockies average their batting average, if you put like Denver Broncos players as pitchers, they would be averaging probably 500 to 600 every single one of them.
So I get what you're saying, and that's why I want to like reiterate what I just said. If I'm throwing you a 40-mile-an-hour fastball,
sure,
that like you are actually never going to hit a home run, even in Denver. Like there's just not enough like velocity, like power, speed, velocity to get you to hit that ball 400 feet.
Sure.
And if you almost in that sense, if you like intentionally put out mid pitchers, it shortens the field, and their fielding would limit you pretty heavily.
But you have to also remember these guys know how to hit a baseball and where they want to hit it. So what they do, if you're throwing it slow, they're like, okay, then I'm just going to shallow up, and I'm going to just constantly hit it into gaps every single time because this ball is coming so fucking slow.
And maybe, but I don't know.
It'll be like the coach where he does this. All right, field it, and he puts it wherever he wants. Like, that would be the MLB players if they're right. Like, yeah, if you gave them an MLB rotation and MLB catcher, and they only had to worry about hitting and fielding, I think there's a chance. If they have to worry about finding pitchers on their team, they're cooked. But
maybe I mean, we'll never know. I would love to see like hypotheticals in some scenario, you know, but it can't be a video game.
If you had like a sport triathlon, that would be fun. That would be really fun. I don't think you'd be able to do football. You'd have to do like flag football, so you could get lesser rosters, but it would still be fun.
I need that to like, because again, like we have like the flag football coming to the Olympics and stuff. They need to just be like, dude, we're gonna make a fucking tri-sport or a quad sport thing where you just put like
standing in the end zone like this, like, all right, throw me up here. Like none of these guys are touching it.
I think it would be so fun to have like a league like that, because like it would start with probably like retired athletes, like a big three. But then it would become like, no, this shit's actually super fun to watch. And you'd get like legitimate athletes that are like, I want to show how good I am. And I think you could actually make, again, like you do a flag football, dude, make it a softball. It doesn't necessarily need to be like hardcore baseball, but like, you just do something like, you know, you do basketball, just get a white boy rec league going of basketball in an 8-foot hoop. Flag football and then softball going, and like, you know, it's just that the what is it called, intramural, but for work. I'm blanking on what it's called when works do it, like when office jobs do it.
Like I don't know, work league, rec league.
Yeah, I'm just blanking. Like my mom's done a couple, but yeah, like work league teams.
That would be dope. But all right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. This was an all basketball sports podcast today. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure to check us out at our @s at the bottom. And let us know if you think the Denver Broncos would be able to beat the Rockies 1 out of 100.